The Brooklyn Bridge stands as a proud monument. It is a famous landmark in New York City. Many people from all over the world come to see it. The bridge crosses the wide East River. It connects the busy island of Manhattan with the growing borough of Brooklyn. For many years, people only dreamed of such a connection. The bridge is more than just steel and stone. It is a symbol of human ambition and great skill. It tells a story of big ideas. Before the bridge, crossing the East River was difficult. People used ferries to travel between Manhattan and Brooklyn. These ferries were often slow and crowded. Sometimes the river would freeze in winter. This made ferry travel impossible for days or weeks. The cities of New York and Brooklyn were growing fast. They needed a better way to connect. A bridge was the answer they sought. A bridge would unite them. It would allow people and goods to move freely, no matter the weather. The idea of a bridge was very exciting, but it was also a very big challenge. The East River was a busy waterway. Many ships sailed up and down every day. The bridge had to be tall enough for these ships to pass underneath. The river was also very wide at the point chosen for the crossing. No bridge so long had ever been built before. It would require new ideas and brave builders. It was a dream that seemed almost impossible to many people at the time. So the vision for the Brooklyn Bridge was born. It was born from a clear need for connection. It was fueled by the spirit of a growing nation. People believed in progress and in their ability to achieve great things. The bridge would not just be a path over water, it would be a statement. It would show the world what American engineers could do. This grand project would take many years, it would demand great sacrifice, but the dream was too powerful to ignore. I'm sure you've heard the news. The main designer of this great bridge was John A. Roebling. He was a brilliant engineer from Germany. He had already built other suspension bridges. He knew a lot about strong wire cables. Roebling had a bold vision for the Brooklyn Bridge. He planned for it to be the longest suspension bridge in the world. His design was elegant and incredibly strong. He believed his bridge would last for centuries. He put all his knowledge and passion into this one project. It was to be his masterpiece. John Roebling's plan was very detailed. He wanted to use steel for the cables, a new idea then. Most bridges used iron cables. Steel was much stronger. He designed massive stone towers to hold these cables. These towers would be taller than most buildings in New York City. He carefully planned every part of the construction. He knew it would be dangerous and difficult work, but he was confident it could be done. His vision captured the imagination of the city. People were eager to see this marvel rise. Tragically, John Roebling did not live to see his bridge built. Just as work was about to begin, he had an accident. While surveying the site for the Brooklyn Tower, a ferry crushed his foot. He developed a serious infection from the injury. Despite his strong will, he died a few weeks later. It was a terrible blow to the project. Many people wondered if the bridge could still be built without him. The dream seemed to be in danger. It was a very sad time for everyone involved. His son, Washington Roebling, then took over the massive project. Washington was also a skilled engineer. He had worked closely with his father on other bridges. He understood the plans for the Brooklyn Bridge very well. He was determined to finish what his father had started. Washington Roebling would face many challenges himself. He would dedicate his life to building this great bridge. His wife, Emily Warren Roebling, also played a vital role. She became his eyes and ears on the construction site when he fell ill. Building the foundations for the bridge towers was a huge task. This work was done using caissons. Caissons were giant wooden boxes open at the bottom. They were sunk to the riverbed. Workers went inside these boxes to dig away the mud and rock. They had to dig until they reached a solid base for the towers. Air was pumped into the caissons to keep the water out. The pressure inside was very high. This made the work extremely difficult and dangerous for the men. Working in the caissons was unlike anything done before on such a scale. The men, called sandhogs, endured terrible conditions. The air was thick and hot. The noise of digging and machinery was deafening. They worked in shifts, deep under the river. Many workers became sick from the high air pressure. They suffered from a mysterious illness. It caused terrible pain in their joints and muscles. This illness became known as caisson disease, or the bends. Sadly, some men died from it. Washington Roebling himself suffered greatly from caisson disease. He often went down into the caissons to supervise the work. After one long period under pressure, he became very ill. He was left partly paralyzed and in constant pain. He could no longer visit the construction site himself. For many years, he directed the work from his apartment in Brooklyn Heights. He watched the bridge grow through a telescope. His wife, Emily, became his essential link to the project. she carried his instructions to the engineers. Despite the dangers, the work continued. The massive stone towers rose higher and higher. Then came the spinning of the great cables. 4 enormous cables were needed to support the bridge deck. Each cable was made of thousands of individual strands of steel wire. These wires were strung back and forth across the river. This was a new and amazing process. It took many months to complete. The men who did this work walked on narrow catwalks high above the water. They showed great courage and skill every day. Finally, after 13 long years of hard work, the Brooklyn Bridge was ready. It officially opened on May 24, 1883. It was a day of great celebration in New York and Brooklyn. Thousands of people came to see the new wonder. President Chester A. Arthur attended the opening ceremony. There were parades, speeches, and fireworks. People walked across the bridge for the first time. They marveled at its size and beauty. It was a triumph of engineering and human spirit. The dream was now a reality. The Brooklyn Bridge quickly became a symbol. It represented American ingenuity and determination. It showed that people could achieve amazing things. Artists painted pictures of it. Poets wrote poems about it. It appeared in photographs and later in movies. The bridge was not just a way to cross a river, it was an inspiration. Its soaring towers and graceful cables captured the public's imagination. It became one of the most recognized and beloved structures in the world. It was a testament to a bold vision. The economic impact of the bridge was enormous. It made travel between Manhattan and Brooklyn much easier and faster. This helped Brooklyn to grow into a major city. Businesses thrived as goods could be transported more efficiently. People could live in Brooklyn and work in Manhattan more easily. The bridge helped to unify the New York metropolitan area. It spurred development on both sides of the river. It was a vital link in the city's transportation network. It truly changed the face of New York. Today, more than a century later, the Brooklyn Bridge still stands strong. It continues to serve millions of people each year. Cars, bicycles, and pedestrians cross it every day. It has undergone repairs and renovations over the years, but its basic form and character remain unchanged. It is a timeless masterpiece of design and engineering. The Brooklyn Bridge is more than just a historic landmark. It is a living part of New York City. Its legacy endures, a powerful reminder of a great achievement.